Did I quit too early? So I got a great question from my YouTube fans, love you guys, Lara, who wrote in to say, "Hey Evan, I completely agree with the need to have a business that is fully aligned with one's passion. Do you believe though that it's possible to feel a loss of passion for a business and choose to quit too early because someone has become overwhelmed by all it takes to run a business? I see many entrepreneurs who've made it a certain distance with their businesses, achieved some milestones, but are frustrated by not getting further along than they are. Usually it's because their original passion has become buried because they've not prepared themselves for what it takes to grow a business, process, structure, planning, and so on. This in turn creates overwhelm, disillusionment, and readiness to quit because they can't see another option. Yet with some planning, support, some education, some mentoring, and most definitely reminders and return to their original passion and goals, they needn't quit. They often are able to thrive." This is a fantastic question, and I think you're right on with your answer. For anybody who's going through that right now, you're thinking, should I quit? I'm not loving my business anymore. It's not what I signed up for. I've got 3 pieces of advice for you. So number 1 is you have to do what you love. And a lot of people do when they're first starting, right? Say you're a dancer. Dance is close to my heart. You're a dancer, you love dancing, you love teaching, you love seeing the excitement that comes in somebody's face when they learn a new move, and so you think, I'm gonna start a dance school, is what I'm gonna do. And then you get into the business and you realize that you have to learn about marketing, you have to learn about HR, you have to learn about accounting, you have to worry about rent and maintaining a facility. There's all these extra things that you didn't think of when you first started. And some people are okay with that, right? Some people, they see that as a challenge. They see it as an opportunity. See, this is my new way to grow. I'm going to pour myself into the marketing, into the HR. I want to grow this thing up, and they love it, and they dive deep into it, and they become really successful doing it. Where most people, they don't. They see it as a hassle, right? They say, I don't want to do marketing. I don't want to do HR. I want to teach. This is what I love to do. I want to teach and dance. I don't want to do any of this other stuff. Think about what you're best at the world at. If it's dancing and teaching, if you're spending 10% of your time on that and 90% of your time on anything else, you're not going to like your job anymore. You're not going to love your business anymore. You're going to lose your passion and you're going to want to quit. It makes sense. Who wants to go to this business that is sucking the life out of you every day? Nobody would. And so a lot of entrepreneurs quit, and they quit too soon because they're not spending their time doing what they're really passionate about. You have to spend your time on what you love. So number 2 is incorporate your passions as much as possible. What I would try to do is think about how can you incorporate what you love doing into some of the tasks that you're currently doing that doesn't involve your passions. So for example, say you're doing marketing, okay? And you have a marketing plan, and maybe that was helped, somebody helped you make it, and part of it is going out and you're going to talk to people, and you're going to take out a advertising campaign, and you're going to make brochures, and just the thought of all that, you think, I don't like any of this stuff. This stuff really sucks. Think about how can you incorporate your passion into it. So if your passion is dancing and teaching, maybe your marketing campaign can be creating YouTube videos where you're recording yourself dancing, and you're coming up with choreography to match it, and you're instructing people and maybe reaching out to celebrities and known media personalities and teaching them how to dance, and that's part of your marketing campaign. It may just be rethinking what you're currently doing that you have to do to grow your business and incorporating your passions back into it, because the opportunity to teach Jennifer Lopez how to dance the Argentine tango is something that's really exciting for you. Now this may breathe new life into your business, and you got to go out and create those opportunities instead of doing the stuff that you hate. So try to incorporate your passions as much as possible. And number 3, eliminate, automate, delegate the rest. Okay? Look at everything that you're doing in your given day. If it's less than half of stuff that you love doing, you're gonna get tired of your business. You're gonna hate it. You're gonna want to give it up. You're gonna go get a job. So every other task that you're doing that's not related to what you love, see if you can eliminate it. Ask yourself, is this really necessary? Is this actually helping my business grow? Because you're doing a lot of stuff right now that isn't actually productive, that isn't actually helping you grow, and you could just cut out. Next is automate. How can you use technology to help solve some of these problems? So I remember with the dance school that I'm a part of here in Toronto, called Toronto Dance Salsa, one of the biggest frustrations for the founder was registrations. And she didn't have a technology backbone, and people would all submit these forms and would be handing out money, and you'd have to write it out on paper, and I was one of the guys at the start taking the attendance and the money and all that, and it's like, this is ridiculous, this is like unacceptable. You need a system. And so we created an online portal for her, and I helped design that. And now everything is much more simple, and it's better for the customers, it's better for the students, and it's way easier for her, and just chopped off a lot of her regular admin kind of work because it's all automated. So the more you can automate through technology, the better. And then the last is delegate. Get somebody else to help you, right? If you're on the verge of quitting, but this is a great potential business, your business could be fantastic if it allowed you to focus on what you're really good at. So partnering up with somebody else who can complement your skills and take over the areas that you're really weak at and don't want to do, but they love. Some people love accounting, right? Some people love marketing. Some people love dealing with landlords. People love this stuff. You got to find those people and bring them into your business so you could focus on what you do best. So in summary, number one, you have to do what you love. Number two, incorporate your passions as much as possible. Number three, eliminate, automate, delegate the rest. And remember, you started your business for a reason. You are deeply passionate about something. You have to focus your time on the things that you love in any area of your life, because the more time you spend doing something that you hate, the less happy you're going to get, the less results you're going to get, the less of an impact you're going to have, the less money you're going to have. You have to follow your passion and believe. For those of you watching, like the video, you can subscribe to the channel, see more just like this. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. If you want the real goods, I share my best advice for entrepreneurs every week in my newsletter. Click the link below to check it out. It's free.
Hi, I'm Jason J. Raz Fonseca of RazOnline.com, and I want to say Evan Carmichael's newsletter is consistent, fun, inspiring, and it's the only newsletter I prioritize and look forward to, period.